हेलो। हेलो मैम।
Yeah,
Yeah,
hello,
hello,
hello.
hello.
Tell me, Yasin.
What about class, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
start.
I'll start.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, students, good afternoon. Let us quickly recap the topics we discussed in our last class. Uh, I would be asking the questions. If you know, please you can give answer either in the chat window or you can unmute and give the response. So, what is artificial intelligence? Can anyone define? Yes, what is AI? Can anyone define it?
Artificial intelligence.
Hmm. What is it? Yes, Yasin,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell the definition of it? Even if not formally, uh, in your own words, you please describe what is it. Okay, Mahad, can you tell? Okay, Saad, can you tell?
Yes, ma'am. Artificial intelligence, the system we use to help a human in multi-functional way or any procedure that help. That's all, ma'am. Sorry.
Students, it's about creating systems that can emulate human intelligence. Uh, please mute. All of you, please mute.
Okay.
There is an echo. Okay, right. Students, artificial intelligence is about creating systems. Okay. The systems can be in hardware, for instance, robot, or in software, for instance, a chatbot. You are creating systems that emulate human intelligence. That is artificial intelligence. Okay. So, machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence that that enables a system to learn from its experience. That is machine learning. Machine has to learn from its experience. Let me give you an analogy. First time you have to go to Nizam College to Usmania University. For the first time, what do? You ask somebody, uh, even if GPS is there, even if you follow Google Maps, it shows you some route. You follow that route and you reach the destination. After reaching the destination, somebody else will tell you this is a very long route. Uh, you can take a short route as well, and that short route is this something, okay, XYZ. Then what happens? What do you do next time? Next time you follow the short route. And for suppose again somebody tells you, no, that is not the shortest route. That is shorter than some route, but there exists a shortest route. Then what do? Next time, essentially, you follow the shortest route. So, are you not learning from your experience? You are learning from your experience. Like that, you intend machine or a system to learn from its experience. First time, if a machine says, let us consider an example of classification. You provide dogs and cats pictures to a system. What the system do is, system will learn from those images, and system will tell whether a newly given image is cat image or dog image. All right. uh, and then what happens, for instance, if it predicts wrongly, if it classifies, not predict, if it classifies wrongly, the next time if it uh, for the same image, if it correctly classify, it means that the system has learned from its experience that uh, earlier what it did was incorrect, and what it is doing presently is correct. That is machine learning. And deep learning is about um, deep learning is about of uh, learning the features of a object. Object can be anything. It can learn the features of a cat, dog, human, human face, um, even medical images or text data, anything which is given to the system. If it learns the characteristics or features of that, then we term that kind of system as a deep learning system. Okay. So last class we studied about the the comparison between human brain and the artificial neural network which is being developed. So we have a biological neuron which is very complex and complicated, and still uh, not understandable system, a human brain. And you have a neural network which you can relatively understand, and you can know how many nodes are there, whereas in human brain it is estimated that 86 billion neurons are there, and 100 trillion connections or synapses exist among them. So we compared both, and then we tried to somehow indicate that we are trying to emulate uh, the capabilities that are possessed by human brain into an artificial system which is developed by human. We are developing neural networks, we are developing any other machine learning model, but we want that to behave and to exhibit the intelligence of a human. That is the gist of the whole AI, machine learning, deep learning, and robotics, and so on and so forth. Let us go to the next topic today, which is McCulloch-Pitts model. So McCulloch-Pitts model is believed to be the first network, first artificial neuron. Artificial neuron is also known as a node. So in 1943, two scientists, their names are McCulloch and Pitts. These are the two scientists who have tried to mimic the functionality of biological neuron. If you remember yesterday, I showed you a biological neuron which consists of a nucleus, and then soma means the body of the neuron, and then there is an axon on which output travels, and there are dendrites which are the input receiving ends, and so here you have this as well, and then here this will get connected to another neuron. So here there will be a this is a connection point. This is known as synapse or connection. This is known as nucleus. This is known as axon. These are dendrites. Dendrites receives input. Axons forward, and here you will have processing done. All kind of processing is done here, and either this will get triggered or fired. We can say fired or triggered. What does it mean, fire or trigger? Sometimes suppose you are here, okay, there are two other persons. This is your best friend, this is your peer, somebody, some classmate, and this is you. And your best friend will um, will call you with some nickname which you don't like, okay, your pet name or some name which you don't like. And at the same time your peer also will call you with the same name which you don't like. Then what do? You fire at him or her, right? You fire, and here you may ignore. So like that, you're in your brain some kind of triggering happened. Why triggering happened? You will say, who is he to tell me that this person is my best friend? He can say, but who is he to say call me with that name? So that way, neurons will trigger. That is known as action potential. When neurons trigger, you take some give some action, give some response. So this is the biological neuron. This is mimicked by these two scientists um, in the form of a artificial neuron. Okay, artificial neuron. Its structure is like this. Okay. Okay. I don't know what should I do here. Okay. So what McCulloch-Pitts have done is they have developed a model which is known as McCulloch-Pitts model. It is like this. A node is divided into two, and here you are getting inputs. Okay. Inputs, for instance, x1, x2, and so on up to xn. And this input belongs to where x belongs to 0 or 1. Okay, so that is the input given, and here you have a threshold value. It can be theta, and here you have a function that makes a decision, and this is the output, and output also belongs to 0 or 1. Okay, so this is known as McCulloch-Pitts model. McCulloch-Pitts model, or MP model in short. This is nothing but artificial neuron or a node. Okay, and it is divided into two parts. This theta, here theta takes performs aggregation. Aggregation means summation, and then you have a aggregation, and you have some value with which you compare it, and then you have here some decision. Here you make a decision. Okay, so this is our McCulloch-Pitts model. McCulloch-Pitts model can simulate and or not operations. Now let us see how. In the notes it is given. So here you can see this is our McCulloch-Pitts model, MP neuron. This is an artificial neuron. This is also known as a node. And here you have input. This is your input. And this is your input. This side input. Here what do you do? Aggregation or summation. This is aggregation. And here what do you do? This is like F. Here you perform decision. How? We'll look at with an example. We try to remember this. Okay, when you perform an aggregation, you get an output of sum. Okay, you get sum as output, and then there is a value given for this theta. And then what do you do? Theta has some value, for instance 3. And then after you perform sum, suppose these are 3, 1, 1 and 1. When all are 1 and you sum, then this will be equal to 3. It is like x1 plus x2 plus x3, which is equal to 3. And if theta is 3, um, what happens? Condition satisfies, because we are saying sum is greater or equal to theta. Is 3 greater or equal to 3? It is equal. So the condition satisfies. If theta is 2, then condition fails. If theta is 4, then condition satisfies. No, I'm sorry. It's the other way. If theta is 2, if sum is greater than 2, then this satisfies. And if theta is 2, sum is 3. 3 greater than 2, yes, it satisfies. If theta is 4, because sum is less than 4, it does not satisfy. Just try to remember this part. Okay. Next, we'll look at an example. Okay, this is what we studied. Then AND function. What do you mean by AND function? AND function is if um, all inputs, when you have all inputs equal to 1, then the output is equal to, then output is 1. Otherwise it is equal to 0. Okay. So how can you model AND operation using MP neuron? MP neuron is what? McCulloch-Pitts model or a McCulloch-Pitts neuron. Using this MP neuron, how can we do that? How can we do? You can this if suppose this is 1 and 1 and 1. When you say x1 plus x2 plus x3, this will be equal to 3. And what theta should be equal to? 3. Right? Theta should also be equal to 3. When sum is 3 and theta is 3, you get 1. If sum is 2, theta is 3, you get 0. If sum is 1 and theta is 3, you get 0. So you are modeling the AND operation with okay, on OR operation. OR operation, you know, if both the inputs are 0, 0, output is 0. Otherwise, output is 1 in other cases. What are the other cases? When both the inputs are 1, 1, 1, 0, and 0, 1. Whatever I explained, it's all same, nor not. Just go through. If you find it difficult, I will explain you. This is important. That is just what I explained you. Look at here. Yesterday, I explained you one node, perceptron. I explained you the summation process and activation function and all. Can you point out the difference between that yesterday's perceptron and this MP model? Can anyone, yesterday I have given you one equation also like this. Can anyone let me know the difference between this equation and yesterday's equation? Just try to recall and tell me what was yesterday's equation and what is today's equation. No one can tell me? If no one can tell me, it means that you have not understood. If you have understood, please respond. Okay, I will only tell you. But students, please try to pay attention and give me answers when I ask you. Yesterday, at least now, you tell me. I'll put down the equation. You tell me what is the difference. This is the equation for perceptron. And this is the equation for MP. Tell me what is the difference. Even if you say wrong, I won't mind, but I want some answers so that our class becomes interactive. Observe carefully the equations.
Mom, the difference is the weight. WI, it's the weight of the...
Very good. Very good. Weights. There are weights in perceptron. There are no weights in MP, McCulloch-Pitts model. Students, please try to note down. Take a notebook with pen and sit for the class and take down important points. This is going to be very much math intensive. And if you can't understand these simple equations, it becomes difficult as we progresses in the class. Okay, students, so perceptron has weights, and here MP, McCulloch-Pitts model, does not have weights. This is the very important point that you should keep it in your mind. You know, will give you the basic understanding about Mac-Colopit's model and perceptron. So if you observe here, if you plot this x1, this is x1 and x2. Okay, when both are 0 0, x1 is 0, x2 is 0. This what is this point? This point is 0 1. Can anyone tell me how it is 0 1? This point is 1 1. This point is 1 0. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of this? This is x1. On horizontal axis, you have x1. Vertical axis, you have x2. All right. Here,
the x for y it's theta equal theta, and for x equals the output.
No, y is the output.
Yeah, y is the output on the diagram of x and y.
Yeah, theta is 1.
Yeah, theta is 1, and for x equal. Okay, mom, carry on. Sorry.
No problem. What I want you to tell is what is the meaning of this 0 1 and what is the meaning of this 1 1 0 0 and 1 0. Can anyone let me know? Apparently, what it signifies for you.
0 0 is beginning. When 0 is equal to theta, and second 0 is equal to output of sorry, the function.
No. It is this first 0 is x1, second 0 is x2. Okay. First 0 is x1, second 0 is x2. You are plotting here. This you start with 0 and this is 1. This is 1 and this is 0 and this will be 1. When both are meeting here at this point, when both are 1 1, this is x1 x2. This is x1 x2, both are meeting at this point, and at this point both are 0 0. And this is x1 is 0 and x2 is 1. This is x1 is 1 and x2 is 0. Okay. Now what happens? Students, if you don't understand, you can ask me. Now what happens? What is the output? Here now we have put out x1 and x2 values. What will be the output? This is which gate? Or this is OR function. This is OR function. OR function means when both are 0 0, output is also 0. This is y. Okay. And when any one is 1, it is here 1. This is y. And here also you get 1. And here also you get 1. What is this? This one out. This one denote the output, and this 0 also denote the output, and they are together. These values are values of y. Y is equal to 0 when x1 and x2, when both are 0 0, y is 0. Y is 1 when both are 1 1 or 1 0 or 0 1. Do you understand, all of you? Please response in give response in chat window.
Again, please.
Again? Okay. Again, here you see there are two inputs, x1 and x2. There is one output, y. All of you please mute. Somebody's mic is on. Please put on mute. And this is theta. Okay. This is our OR function. Actually, this is Mac-Colopit neuron. Okay. So this neuron, we are trying to simulate OR function. What is OR function? Y, x1 and x2 and y. When both are 0 0, y is 0. When any one is 1, y is 1. This is our OR function. All right. Now, this you have to model. you have to plot on a graph. This you have a graph. You are plotting. What you are plotting? First, you have to put out the input on a plot. This is x-axis. This is known as x-axis. This is known as y-axis. On x-axis, you have x1. On y-axis, you have x2. And we know that inputs x belong to 0, 1. Okay. X can take either 0 or 1. So here this is 0 and this is 1 and this is 1. So this point is 0 for both. So you have 0, 0. x1 and x2 both are 0, 0. Here it is x1 is 0 but x2 is 1. So it is 0, 1. Here it is x1 is 1 and you see here this is x2 is 0. So 0, 0. Now here at this point both are 1, 1. You see here this is 1 and here also this is 1. So this point is 1, 1. Now this input we have plotted now. This input. We have to put output now. What is the output at this place? It is 0 because both are 0, 0. Because both are 0, 0, this is 0. This is y. 0, 1 means 1. 1, 0 means 1. 1, 1 means 1. So these are y's. These are y's. So what happens is here, suppose these are two classes. These are two classes, class 0 and class 1. For instance, he is in some Montessori schools, you have only two classes, okay, 0 and 1. So you have 0 class and 1 class. This is 0 class. Here you see this output is this is 0 class and these three belong to 1 class. This belong to 1 instance belong to 0 class. 3 instances belong to 0 class. Sorry, 3 instances belong to 1 class. 1 instance belong to 0 class. This is 1 class, this is 0 class. How do you separate them? You can draw a straight line like this. When you draw a straight line, are you able to separate two different classes in two different sections? Yes or no? Is this point clear?
Yes, mom, yes.
Yes, no? Now, I will give you another scenario and tell me whether we can classify into two different classes or not. Okay, let me give you another scenario. There is another scenario in which you have x1, x2, and you have these are x1 and x2 values. And output, now I'm plotting output. Okay, output. Can anyone tell me now, can you divide these two classes by using a straight line in this? Can you divide? No?
No.
Why no?
Except 0, 1, if we take one line from 1 to 1, so
if we take one line,
only for one classification for one.
If we take like this straight line,
this class is 1, 1.
This class is 0. Here you will get 0. Here you will get 0 and 1 both.
Okay. Yeah,
because,
you are right.
Because here you are getting 1 and here you are getting 0. So I want two sections. I want two sections such that both the sections essentially contains only values of one particular class. They should not get mixed up. If you observe here, this is our output. 1 is output, 1 is output, and 0 is output. So in this section, this segment, this part has 0 as the output. This is the output. This part has 0 as the output. This part has 0 and 1 both as the output. Right? And if suppose, for instance, you, undo. If, for instance, you draw a line like this, then what happens? This side you will have 0, output 0, that belongs to 0 class, means there is one instance of 0 class, and this side you will have, here you have two ones and here you have 1 0. So you will have both 0 and 1. Are you able to segregate them by using a single line?
Yes, ma'am. Something like key nearest, right?
No, not k nearest.
Okay.
K nearest is different.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am.
Yes, anyone else? What is this? Did you understand this problem or not?
Ma'am, just the last example which you give for this classification. This under or and function or just
again?
No, the last example at left corner, left down corner. This example under which this aggregation of and function or function or both of them combination.
Right, very good. Now this is the question. You all should tell me, what is this function? And this is and function. Very good. Your question is, I was coming to that point, but this is and function. Can anyone tell me what function is this? Question mark. Okay, I will give you the x1, x2 values. If it is 0, 0, it is 0. If it is 0, 1, it is 1. If it is 1, 0, it is 1. If it is 1, 1, it is 0. Which function is this? Please, students, you all have mobiles in your hand.
This nor function and or nor.
No, this is not nor. Look out, search in the web. Yes, students, this is the very basic question. This is a very basic knowledge. What is this function? Okay, at least list out the functions. Tell me what functions do you know?
And or not.
Okay, you know,
And function or function.
Not, NAND.
This mom XOR.
Yes, very good.
XOR,
Yes.
XOR.
It's XOR. These are the gates. This, the whole idea about explaining all this is McCulloch-Pitt model supports AND function very well. Supports AND function means what? It can classify two classes by using a straight line, single straight line. By using a single straight line, you can segregate the classes. equally, having pure segments. This is pure segment. Why it is pure? Because it has only 0. This is also pure. Why it is pure? Because it has only 1. And look at here, it's not pure. It has both 0 and 1. Here also it has both 0 and 1. So McCulloch-Pitts model supports AND function, OR function, NOT function, NAND function, NOR function, but it does not support XOR function. Why it does not support XOR function? Because it cannot segregate the two classes by using a single line. So I'll tell you what are the problems in you all have to go through OR NOT gate. It is given in the notes. These notes I will share with you. You please go through the concepts, how I explained you for AND. For OR, what happens? Just you have to put OR, and here I'm sorry, this is OR. This OR. Where is eraser? This is eraser. This is OR. You have to do for AND NOT. This is OR. OR because there are 3 ones. In AND, what happens? In AND, where you have to draw the line? Can anyone tell me where you okay? I will erase. I'm erasing all of this. If you want, you just take print screen and save in your system. Okay, I'm erasing. Suppose that whatever I explained you was OR. For AND, how it will be? It will be 1 here and all zeros. So how do you separate? You have to separate by drawing a line like this. And please remember, this is known as linearly separable data. Linearly separable. Linearly separable means by drawing a single straight line, you can separate the two classes properly, thoroughly into two different segments. Linearly separable means you can separate two classes by a single straight line. This is AND. This is AND. So what is the problem in MP model? The problem is we cannot limitations. Let us look at the limitations. First limitation. Okay, let me quickly. Okay, this is AND function. Look at this same thing I have shown. No, this is 1 1. This all zero, 3 zeros, and you are drawing a line like this. This is known as straight line. And here, what do? You check for the threshold value. If threshold is greater or equal to 2, means because if both are 1 1, only then threshold. If 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and what is threshold? 2. 2 greater or equal to 2? Yes. So output will be 1. If it is 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, is 1 greater or equal to 2? No, output is 0. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Is 1 greater or equal to 2? No, so output 0. 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. Is 0 greater or equal to 2? No, output is 0. So this is our AND. There is only 1 when you get both are 1 1. Otherwise, in all the other cases, you get 0. What is that logic for? Can anyone tell me the logic for this OR? Look at OR logic. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. 2 greater or equal to 1. Threshold is 1. Theta is 1 here. Means 1. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Is 1 greater or equal to 1? Yes, 1. Output is 1. See, look at here. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1. And 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. 1 is greater or equal to 1? Yes. So output is 1. And 0 plus 0 is equals to 0. 0 is greater or equal to 1? No. So output is 0. So this is 0. Students, are you finding it difficult to understand? Is my speed okay? Are we all on same page? Do you want me to reduce the speed or do explain in another way or something? Please let me know. Don't hesitate.
Mom, just one more question for linear separation. So all the all this function of aggregation, is it under the same equation, linear separate?
Linear separability.
Okay, linear separability.
Yeah,
Okay.
linear separability and or not under linear separability. We can separate them by
So the
using
question will come like this, or can you tell us how the question will come for this?
the question may be how uh, how the data is split into classes using linear separability. You can get like that, or you can say how McCulloch-Pitts model achieve linear separability, or you can say you can get a question like demonstrate linear separability with some example.
Okay,
So for
fine,
in
mom.
all the cases, you have to use that and or not, and then you have to draw a line like that, and then you have to show the separation of zeros and ones, and then you can say that this model is achieving linear separability. Means it is a linearly separable model for and function or function not function. So what are the
Okay.
limitations? Look at
Thank
the
you, mom.
limitations. The limitations of McCulloch-Pitts model is that if the input is real number, okay, it cannot because the input is assumed to be 0 and 1. Do you remember this? X belongs to 0 or 1. So input is uh, boolean value is 0 or 1. So it cannot support real values. And do we always need to hand code that threshold? Means this theta, what should be the theta value? Whether it should be 2 or it should be 1 or it should be 3, that we have to decide and hand code. That is known as hand code. Hand code means we have to initialize in our program that value of theta. Okay, and are all inputs equal? Sometimes I have given you an example in which I said that if there are two or more events, if you have event 1, event 2 and event 3 at the same time, all are occurring at the same time at 8 p.m., which one you would like to go? How do you decide? How do you decide that whether you have to attend E1, E2 or E3? It's based on the priority. Priority means you give the weight. You may give more weight to this. You may give weight 50 to E1 and 10 to E2 and 1 to E3. Then what happens? Because you have given more weight to E1, you go to E1 at 8 p.m. So some sort of mechanism is required in which you can distinguish between highly prioritized tasks and low prioritized tasks. So in McCulloch-Pitts model, in MP model, you don't have weights. So you are considering all the inputs to be equal, but that's not right. You understand? Sometimes some inputs are higher in value than the rest. So what if we want to assign more importance to some weight? How can you assign more importance to some inputs? That is through weights. That can be done. How can that be done? That can be done by using weights. Okay, so this is the drawback, limitation of MP. Inputs are only Boolean, and we have to hand code or hard code the theta value, and all inputs are equal. And what about functions which are not linearly separable? Which is the function that is not linearly separable? XOR function. XOR function, you cannot separate it by drawing a single straight line. You cannot separate zeros with ones, or like this. You can separate, this is and this is or, you can separate. But XOR you cannot separate because it is 0 0 1 1. If you draw a line like this, here you are not separating properly. If you draw like this, here also, that's also, this side also you don't have, you know, objects of single class. That's XOR function. So our MP model cannot provide a solution for XOR function. It cannot separate linearly because it is not a linearly separable, and it cannot do that. Do you understand Mac-Colopitz model, all of you? So this is about Mac-Colopitz model. Okay, then that topic is completed. Then this topic is thresholding logic. Thresholding logic. If you're okay, can anyone tell me? Okay, just look at this and tell me. What is the difference do you observe here? This is Mac-Colopitz neuron and this is perceptron. Again, the same question. This I asked you earlier also. Again, I'm asking you. Can you tell me what is the difference?
Weights.
Yes? Yes. Who said it is right?
Weights.
Weights.
WI.
Where do you find WI?
In perceptron.
In perceptron, here.
Yeah.
And what we studied so far in today's class, we studied about this Mac-Colopitz model. Right? We studied Mac-Colopitz model, Pitts neuron, and you see here there are no weights, means all inputs are equal. This point you try to remember. Let me give you, already we discussed this. Okay. So what is the most fundamental unit in a deep learning? It is artificial neuron. What does it do? It is artificial neuron like this. It takes input. Okay, process it. What processing it does? It performs some aggregation and activation. Forget about Mac-Colopitz neuron now, from now onwards. That is just for your information. Now we don't use that. Okay, we use more advanced models. That was the basic first model developed by Mac-Colloch and Pitt scientists to mimic the biological neuron. That's done now. So you have aggregation or summation and activation. Pass through it an activation function means you perform summation, pass through activation function like sigmoid. Sigmoid is one kind of activation function and gives the activated output. Okay, this is known as a perceptron. It was that is a classical perceptron model developed in 1958 by Frank Rosenblatt. Okay, remember three names. They are very important. Actually, first name you should remember is Arthur Samuel. Arthur Samuel, who has coined the word artificial intelligence (AI) in 1959. This was the scientist who has uh, given the word, the phrase artificial intelligence in 1959. And then McCulloch and Pitt have given us McCulloch-Pitt model. Okay, McCulloch-Pitt model was given by McCulloch-Pitt. And then this Frank Rosenblatt. You should remember all these names. Frank Rosenblatt is an American psychologist who have proposed the perceptron. A classical perceptron means this one in 1958. This they have developed in 1943. This has developed in 1948, 58. And their model is referred to as perceptron model. Okay, and then this is McCulloch-Pitt's neuron was the earlier one, and further refined and care. Okay, you should remember these two persons, Minsky and Peppert. Minsky and Peppert, they what they have done, they have refined this classical perceptron, and they have released a paper, Minsky and Peppert, in 1969. They have revised the model, refined the model. Okay, the next. Okay, that is about the thresholding. Um, this one logic, and now from now onwards we will study the topic perceptron. So perceptron looks like this. You have a node, and it is getting input, and what is extra in this? Extra are the weights. You have weights, and again this does the same. This is perceptron model. Okay, and then so just carefully look at this. Y is equals to 1. You are now using weight into input, and then you are comparing with some threshold value. Earlier you were comparing only x with the threshold value, means you are performing the summation x1 plus x2, and you get a sum s, and you are comparing s is greater or equal to theta. Now you are doing first you are multiplying x1 with w1, and you are adding with w2 and x2. You are multiplying both and then adding, and then you get some summation value, and then this summation you are comparing with theta. Okay, look at the difference. Okay, then
Mom, I didn't get the difference. Like first one, x1 plus x2, the theta, it's less than
x1 and x2 you are adding. First you are adding. Okay,
and in second one, x1 plus weight 1.
x1 plus x2. Okay,
Yes.
you are initializing to sum s. And then what are you doing? You are comparing this s with is s greater or equal to theta. Theta you are hand coding.
Okay,
Theta
for
can
the
be
weight.
2 or 1. This is you
For the
understood?
weight. This understood. For the weight.
Okay, then for the weight, what you have to do? Look at this with x. W1 is associated. So W1 into x1. This is into multiplication. Plus, you see here for x2, W2 is there. So W2 into x2. And you obtain the sum. Means this is sum of this first product, you have to take the product, means multiplication, and then you have to take the sum of that product. What is the product? Product is weight into input. So how do you write that? Summation I equal to 1 to n wi xi. Means what do you do? First you multiply wi with xi, then you add with next subsequent w and x. Sad? No?
Yes, ma'am, I got the procedure.
Now you got the procedure?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, please go through this, and this also, this is same thing. Whatever I'm explaining is same. Please try to understand linearly separable. It is very important concept. Okay, now what we are doing here? Look at this. This is very important, very interesting. Look at here, what is happening? You are now multiplying input with weight, and then you are plotting. Okay, you are multiplying and plotting. You are not directly um, plotting without multiplying, because earlier we, um, you know, in MP neuron there were no weights. So we used to perform operations only on inputs. But now in perceptron we got the weights as well. So essentially you have to do wi into xi, and then this is a bias. This w0 is bias, is less than 0. If it is less than 0, and means that that output is 0, and in all the other cases, if it is greater, means output is 1. If this equation evaluates to a value which is less than 0, this is our threshold. So if it is less than 0, then you give the output as 0. If value is less than 0. If value is greater or equal to 0, then the output is 1. Okay, what you are doing here? W1 is 1.1, W2 is 1.1, W0 is minus 1. So what you have to do? What is x1? 0. 0 what is W1? 1.1. 1.1 into 0 plus 1.1 into 0. Anything you multiply with 0 is 0. So this will be 0. And you have one more plus minus 1. Bias. See, look at here W0. This is W0 plus. So W0 is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 0 is equal to minus 1. So you got minus 1 value here. Because you got minus 1 and it is less than 0, the output is 0. Here, next, minus 1 plus minus 1 is W0, W0 here. And then W1 is 1.1 into, now I am doing for this one, the second one. First one is done. X1 is 1. 1.1 into 1 plus 1.1 into, this is what? 0. 0. So now minus 1 plus 1.1 into 1 is how much? Can anyone tell me? 1.1 into 1 is equal to 1.1.
1.1.
So here you got 1.1 plus this is 0 into
0.
1.1 is 0. So what is the value here?
0.1.
Minus 1 plus 1.1. So this will be equal to 0.1. This is 0.1. Is it greater than 0? Yes. Greater or equal to 0? Yes. So that's why you got 1 here. Output as 1. Yeah. Students, are you all getting?
Yes, mom.
Please give all of you. Please give response in the chat window. Yes or no? No, also no problem. I will tell you again and again, as many times it requires for you to understand. Next time what happens? Next time also you get 0.1. Next time you get perhaps 1.1. So in all the three cases, it is greater or equal to 0. So you got 1. XOR function. You have to check out XOR function now. Today you have to do that. Tomorrow we will continue with that. Because all these things we will study tomorrow. Tomorrow same time. Tomorrow also I have duty. So after the duty I will take conduct class. Students, how many of you are there in the class? Are you all understanding or not understanding? Tell me. Yes, okay. Very good. Swapna Sonaveni, you have one doubt? 1, comma 1 means 1? Yeah, it means 1 only. Did I give 0? I did not give 0. I have given 1 only. 1, comma 1 is 1. Any other doubt you can put in the chat window. If not, I'm signing off for today. Bye.
Hello, Mahad.
Hey guys,
Who's this?
Srinivas.
Pachal
Gaur
Srinivas. Hi.
Pasha. Ma'am, what
Hey,
take
Ravi. Hi.
attendance? Huh?
Hello, yes, Simple. What happened to the teacher?
What do you say?
Where is the teacher?
She's
She
left
signed off.
now.
Huh?
Ma'am is left now.
Why she's left?
Class is over.
Sure.
Yeah, brother. Class is over.
Tomorrow, which time she will?
What?
Again, the classes. When the again class?
tomorrow అంటుంది కదా tomorrow
Tomorrow,
అన్నది
same time. Em Ravi
Wow.
bro. Anta bayana?
Andana?
మళ్ళీ 2
Yes,
గంటలకు
buddy.
ఆయన రేపు
Andana?
Rikesh.
yeah tell me
Yasin bhai.
Yeah, Mahad.
Andana?
What?
Andana?
ఆంధ్రానా
What do you say? I can't understand.
ఆంధ్రానా అని అడుగుతుండు.
No, Telangana.
తెలంగాణ అప్పటి నుంచి మాట్లాడు from that time she was asking ask me any question none of them were raising their hands and their voice
మేడం అడిగేది ఉండే ఆంధ్రానా తెలంగాణ.
Yasin bhai.
Em Ravi, I don't know.
Bhavana?
Hey, Mahad. What man? What happened?
ఇప్పుడు
No,
ఆ
Andhra,
క్లాస్
Telangana. He's
Baunara,
American.
baunara.
Babu nanu.
బాగున్నాము
Tinnama?
You speak Telugu?
Tinnama?
తిన్నాను.
తిన్నాం.
ఇప్పుడే తిన్నాను.
నువ్వు తిన్నావా?
Okay,
బాబు మొత్తం రికార్డ్ అయితే అందరు పోయి
రికార్డింగ్ స్టాప్ చేసి
Guys, bye.
yeah bye